G'day guys, Grant from Four Wheeling in New South Wales. Where are we? What are we doing here? And how did we get here? Make sure you keep watching to find out. Alright guys, so we are out here at the beautiful Turon National Park on the northern side of Lithgow, and what we're doing out here, we're doing a weekend camp, just a short 2-day weekend, 2 nights, and you'll see behind me this fantastic 2020 BRUMBY camper trailer from the TearDrop Camper company. For people that follow my channel, you'll know that I did a bit of a review in the factory a couple of videos back on a little red teardrop. Well, behind me is the brand new 2020 model prototype that Frank's been working on, and he was very kind to lend it to us to bring out for the weekend and have a look and see what we think of it. Now, this is not a commercial video. I don't get paid for this. There's no commercial kickback in any way, shape or form. I did a video on his teardrop campers previously because I just love that style of camper, and as I mentioned in that video, they're not overly common in Australia. They're massive in America, but they're not overly as common in Australia. Different market maybe, I don't know why, but I did the video on the red one, and Frank was very appreciative that I did that just for my own interest. Again, no commercial agreement with that video either. And in appreciation, he's got this new model he's been working on over the last couple of weeks. He's got it registered now. It's the off-road model. It's got full independent suspension underneath, all Alco gear, so it's 10 to 5. We're going to hook into a bit of tea now. It's starting to get quite cool. We've got a fire going in the background there. Enjoy a cold beverage near the fire, and in the morning I'll do a full walk around of it just to show you what's on it, what it's all about. And yeah, so thanks for watching. Be sure to stay tuned for tomorrow. Cheers, guys. This is the sort of camping spot we like. Absolutely no one else around. It's actually Thursday, so we're camping Thursday night and Friday night and going home Saturday. But how's that? What a cracker of a spot. Right on the river, just down over that embankment in front of us is the Turon River, and we've got no one else around. It's dead quiet, so peaceful. So we've got the fire going. I'm going to cook up some spag bowl in the camp oven tonight, and yeah, we'll get into this trailer tomorrow and I'll show you a bit of a review on it. Cheers, guys. All right, so it's probably a bit dark under here at the moment, but so we've got the water boiling up here for the spag bowl, and then got the fire going over in the background with the mint and the sauce, and we're about to hook into a bit of tea. So oh yeah, almost boiled. Awesome little setup that. We'll do a full rundown tomorrow anyway and show you all the bits and pieces in it, but really impressed with it. Alright, our spaghetti is ready. Pasta's already done. I'll grab the camp oven off. It's got our mince and sauce in there, and we'll serve up tea. Not a bad little fire, that. It smells good, eh?
Delicious. Courtesy of Chloe. Fire.
Morning, folks. It's Friday morning, about 6:30, and it's bloody cold up here. I do like camping in the cold, but yeah, she's pretty chilly this morning. So just got up and started the fire. You can see off in the background there a bit of fog. A bit of fog across here. Got the sun coming up on the top of the mountain. So we're going to boil the billy on the little gas cooker in the trailer. Gonna have a coffee, enjoy the fire for a little while. Chloe's still in bed asleep in the trailer. Mandy there boiling the kettle, and once we've had a cuppa and a bit of brekkie and the sun comes up, I'll run through this trailer and show you what it is, what it's all about. So keep watching. Cheers, folks. Nice little river down there running, which we could hear in the background at night, which is beautiful. Now we've got a little bit of brekkie here, courtesy of Emily's Bakery. She chopped those up for us. A couple of danishes, an apple turnover. Have that with a cuppa. Now this is the beast that we brought away with us. This is a dear friend of mine's car, which I really appreciating him lending to us for this weekend. There's nothing wrong with the little Suzuki. Yeah, the issue that we had is the trailer is 740 kilos dry. Being regulation 750 or more needs electric brakes. So the trailer's got electric brakes on it, but the Suzuki of ours, we don't have a electric brake controller, which meant we legally can't tow that, nor would I want to, just because it's not our trailer and I wouldn't want anything to happen. So a very good friend of mine loaned us his Beast of 100 series, which absolutely love. It's a weapon of a thing. It's like driving a small school bus, eh? You've got to remember the thing's 18.5 feet long. Brett Hooker, you could relate with your big 200. But yeah, towed the trailer no problem. Wouldn't have even known it was there. In the electric brakes, I haven't towed before with electric brakes, but geez, it makes a massive difference. So thank you very much, Colin, for lending us your vehicle for the weekend. All right, I'm going to go and have one of these pastries and some coffee. Behind us, so it's a 2020 BRUMBY model. It's an independent suspension off-road version, and I'll do a walk around of the trailer behind us. So basically a prototype that Frank's been working on for a little while now, and as of a couple of weeks ago he sort of finished it up. I'll do a walk around of it and show you the bits and pieces. It's about 98% complete. He still has a couple of things that he wants to sort of finish or tweak, but in essence, yeah, it's 98% done. So I'll do a walk around, I'll show you the features. It's a bloody awesome thing. I really like it. Tows really well, like we didn't feel it behind the 100 series. It's dry weight 740 kilos, I think he said, and it's got water on board. He filled the tank up before we picked it up, so it's 130, I think he said, or 160 litre tank maybe, with a pressure pump. It's got a little tap and all, so yeah, I'll do a walk around. You may have seen us using the tap already to fill the washing up tub and stuff, but yeah, I'll run through some specs. I'll get all the details from Frank, and I'll put a link below anyway to his Facebook page and any details that people want to know about it. But yeah, it's a bloody awesome thing. So all made in Australia. It's made in a factory at Windsor out in the Hawkesbury area. Anyone that follows the channel knows I love as much Aussie made stuff as we can get, so no commercial agreement, as I said at the start. It's just I really liked the teardrop style of camper, massive in America, and I just thought we'll do a rundown on it, and he was kind enough to lend it to us. As I said, it's brand new. Basically said, yeah, take it away for as long as we want, so very appreciative to Frank, and yeah, let's go and have a look, check it out. Cheers guys. Friday morning, we've had breakfast. Now that the sun's up, show you what it's all about. Really keen on this, it's bloody awesome. When you pull up at camp, you literally undo the little clip there to keep this nice and taut while driving. You undo the clip. Kitchen basically folds down, so you got your Primus 2 burner gas stove, like so. There's your kitchen pretty well set up. Your gas hose comes around the back, straight onto your gas bottle. So that's connected now. Got the Ironman fridge going there. Now just put the reflector over the fridge just to help keep a bit of the heat off, because we've had this back door open and obviously in the full sun. So just put that down on there, like so, just to keep a bit of heat off there. Go for it.
Sorry.
Bloody kids.
You'll have to wait because I've got to put it back.
Okay guys, so you'll see from the start of this video when we first pulled up, but I just thought we will show exactly what the go here is. So basically you got two drawers, the setup before we obviously unpacked everything, so please pardon the mess. This bit normally, on travelling here, this actually flips up and over, so it lays flat up on this section here, which obviously we've got our stuff set up on now. Otherwise that'll flip over flat on top of there, but that's just on a swing out, and then there's a little lock there to keep that to the side. So that's a little bit of a serving bench, so you've got a bit of extra space there. There's another storage box which has a little sideways lock there. That folds down and you've got plenty of room in there. Things that you might want stored down on here if you've got food stuff here, so things like your mozzie coils, your fire lighters, you know, matches, anything that might be a bit odory, I guess.
Food you don't want left in the sun.
Yeah, or food that you don't want sitting out in the sun. There's a little toaster at the back there, you know, paper towel. So I actually said to Frank, that wouldn't even be a bad little spot if you wanted to customise it yourself. You could put a Travel Buddy pie oven in there, so you pull up and you've got a hot pie, which appeals to a lot of people. You've got two drawers, plates, your glasses all fit in there. And then on this side you've got a little cutlery drawer, all your bits and bobs. So that all goes in there. Slide that back in. And then on the bottom drawer here, that's a deeper one. You've got pots and pans, plenty of storage space in there as well. Nice and deep, good size, and lockable drawers as well, so they're not going to come open while you're driving. This bracket here simply lifts up and out, which we'll just take that water out because it's a bit heavy. I'll show you, which is pretty cool little spot to maximise storage space. But there's a little lift up lid here, and you can see going down into there's a little storage box, and that bracket just sits down inside there. There's a power board there as well. Now this trailer I don't think has an inverter, I couldn't see one anywhere, but this power board basically goes through a fuse and then into the back of the external clipsule, so around on the passenger side, which I'll show you. Around the side here there's a 240 volt, so you can see there, obviously if you're at a caravan park or somewhere where you've got power, or possibly to charge up when you get back home, On this side you've got a pressure pump, good big size pressure pump there, which feeds the water up out of the tank. Dual sockets, so you can charge. At the moment we're charging the little power bank for our phones, and another socket there which runs the fridge. Solar controller on the side here. Now this will be a little bit hard to show because the camera obviously is around the wrong way, sideways, but it's a really good solar controller. I haven't seen these before, but basically it's showing us at the moment there's solar panel going in, solar power I should say, going into the battery, and then it's feeding across to the light bulb lit up, which would probably be the fridge, which is in sort of idle mode, but it's showing you that it's obviously drawing a little bit of power out, 13.7 volts, and then you just flick through showing the solar panels putting out about just under 21 volts, amp going in, 0.8 of an amp, which seems obviously low, but that's because the battery's already 100%. So most regulators will drop the power down if the battery's already fully charged, and if the battery's fairly low, it'll pump the amps in quicker. So if you just scroll through, yeah, that's your solar panel. Again, 20.6 volts producing, 0.8 amps going into the battery. Battery's at 100%. It's currently sitting at 13.7 volts, which is, yeah, well over 100%. We're actually not drawing anything out at the moment, so the fridge is just in idle mode. And I think that may be amp hours since we've been here, like total going in, but that's 21 amp hour going into the battery and 24 amp hour coming out of the battery. So I'd say that's the total. And then it's got a temperature there, 26 degrees. I'm not 100% sure what that is reading. And then you obviously got the power as well. So yeah, really good little unit, that. Little fuse box up there, little fuse block I should say, with power going to the lights and all. And then hanging up on the corner here's, this is pretty cool actually, little shower. So you can use this for obviously filling up your washing up tub, which we did, or like when we filled the Portaloo before. And little pressure pump there. Turn that on. You've got plenty of hose power. And the pump turns back off when you let the trigger go. I always just like to empty that out so there's no pressure sitting back on the pump. Just hang that on there. Twin gas bottles. So that one there we're feeding into the gas cooker, and then around on the passenger side here, you've got another one on the rear guard there. I'll stay on this side for a sec. Now obviously you got your fold out window, double door. So on the hot nights, if you don't want the glass door closed up, you can have just the screen door. That swings back around to there. Nice, really bright LED light there, little porch light. That was really bright last night. And then inside here, pardon the messy doona, got a little light up either side, which is a swivel light. Nice bright LED for sitting up in bed at night reading, or if it's rainy weather and you want to hop in here. Another one on that side. Good little LED light up on the roof, which is adjustable as well, so you can tilt that downwards whichever way you like. Up on the roof here, like the other trailer that I showed you in the previous video, it's got one of these roof vents. This is I guess a sort of more upmarket roof fan if you like. You can set it, must have a thermostat in it, so it looks like you can set it to temperature. It's got a speed control as well, so you can vary the speed if you want to suck a lot of hot air out real quick or get fresh air coming in. So, and really quiet too. I'll just show you. You really can't hear this thing running. And then there's your, with each press it gets quicker and quicker. It's actually really sucking the air up. I'll just flick that back off. Now up on the back wall here he's got a little TV, which we didn't watch, but obviously you can run DVDs and stuff off it. And then I thought that was a fixed panel at first, but there is actually a handle under there. So got a little storage shelf up in there where you can put whatever you like really. So plenty of storage there. On the side there's a shelf, lower shelf and an upper shelf, and then you got room across the top as well to stuff any extra, like we've got their pillows up there at the moment. But yeah, you can put anything up there. A couple of shelves over the other side, which are really good for your small knickknacks. We've got a little basket with all our sort of first aid stuff. Little curtains that you can pull over to help minimise the sunlight coming in. And then that's one of your standard style little wind down window. So just give that a couple of cranks around. You got your fully sealed window that you can lock over, like so. That helps with ventilation, obviously, if you're camping in summer. Now, Mandy and Chloe slept in here last night, and because they feel the cold more than I do. They closed sort of all the windows up and had the doors closed, and this air vent on the roof, they had that closed down as well. There was a little bit of condensation in here this morning. Now that's no fault in any way of the trailer. You get it with swags, you get it with tents, even the Oz tent that I slept in last night. It's the same this morning. It's condensation inside because obviously it's warmer inside than it is outside. Same as the windscreen in your car often fogs up. So I would personally, when I sleep in here tonight, I'll just crack the windows open. I might even leave one of these side door glass doors open just to help with a little bit of fresh air. I don't like everything closed up. I like a breeze coming in even if it's cold. I sleep better that way. So yeah, just wind the windows out. Got your roof vent up the top here. Either side, that's the switch for the little porch light I just showed you. One there, one up the other side. And then yeah, you got a power board down the end there as well. So again, if you had an inverter on board or you plug into a caravan park or a generator, if you had a generator running, obviously it can pump power in and you could charge up phones or whatever inside here if need be. Doors are fully lockable for inside as well. It's sort of a two-stage locking system. And then we'll wander back out this way and around. So on the front here, good big storage box, checker plate, which we'll just pop that open. Now, because this is still brand new, this trailer, obviously the locks come with it, which are hanging up on there, but you can see there we bought 2 of these big camp chairs up last night in it. We had them laying in there. We had the blow-up mattress, a double-sized air mattress in on top of it, the camp oven in there. It was surprising actually how much items that we managed to get in there. So all lockable, you know, waterproof. The battery on that side, I think it's a 120 amp hour AGM, so plenty of power. As I said, we've used bugger all overnight, even with the lights and stuff on. Really good power center. You got your Alco really heavy duty swing up jockey wheel. So obviously you pull the handle out. When we pack up, we'll pull that handle out and that flips back up sideways. Something that I'd want to actually get on my own trailer eventually. Off-road hitch, so full articulating off-road hitch. As you can see, goes that way, and then that's obviously the part that goes on your tow ball. So really good. Coming down, as we came down the track here, which I'll film going back up, but it's a bit of a steep incline coming in and out of here. That just articulated so well you wouldn't have even known it was on the back of the car. Standard handbrake, mechanical handbrake there, so stop it moving around once you're parked up. Now this is the driver's side, same thing. You got the dual doors, little bungee cord down the bottom there just holds that from flapping in the wind. So that comes around. If you do want to have, oh, wrong way. If you do want to have both of them closed, that simply locks in. That becomes one door now, and there you go. You can lock that in from inside or outside with a key. And then obviously if you do only want the screen, you simply bring that around, and that little black lever there, simply pop that up and that releases the glass panel. Lockable from inside there with that lock, so you can't obviously enter from outside if it's locked there, or you can lock it from outside with a key, as I say. And then so that's closed up. That just folds back around here. Lock that back on. So that's there. Oh, that's the other thing. With the battery box, obviously inside here, there is a little projector. I think it's a 25 amp hour charger there. So it's obviously got solar control as well, which is currently topping the battery up. Projector, very reputable brand. They're quite common nowadays in a lot of the trailers. They're pretty popular, good and reliable. Plenty of storage room, as I say. And then around this side, same thing. You got your wind out window. There's a filler there for your water tank, lockable filler. So fill the tank up before you get to where you're going, or once you're there if it's a caravan park or whatever. And then this is pretty cool for a bit of extra, I guess, bench space. It does lock. We've had it unlocked obviously previously, but there's a little key lock either side to stop it dropping down while you're driving. But little storage shelf there, so if you're there washing up or cooking and you sort of got your hands full with plates, gives you a bit of extra workbench space, or you can sit, you know, your wine or your beers, whatever, up on top there, you know, whatever you like really. Charge your camera up, your phones, whatever. It gives you a little shelf there. So that's basically it. I said there's your washing up tub. So if we crouch down under here, right, so you can see there, real big heavy duty independent suspension. Now it's only got the one shock on there at the moment, but I guess if you did want to option up, you could probably put twin shocks on there if you're going to do something like the Simpson Desert where you're going to have a hell of a lot of corrugations. Obviously 2 shocks, it's sort of halving the load on them, so that would be an option that Frank would be able to do, obviously at an applicable cost. Got the good Alco electric brakes. they worked a treat coming down that steep incline with the Heyman slide control on the Land Cruiser there, coming down the hill. Honestly, you would not have even known the trailer was on the back. I've never really dealt much with trailers and electric brakes. So I was amazed at how much difference that does make on a heavier trailer. A couple of little tow points there. If you did get stuck, obviously in a situation you had to sort of pull backwards. I think Frank said they're not certified recovery points, but if you did get in a binding situation, you had to pull yourself back. There's one on either side, nice big eyelet there, so if worst came to worst, you could hook in there. They're welded to the chassis, so you could slowly recover yourself back, even with a winch or whatever. They're your poly tanks. I think he said there's one as standard, but a lot of people option for the two. So yeah, good big solid chassis, and yeah, mate, I'm really impressed with this trailer. If I had the room and the money, I'd happily buy one. I think they're a fantastic setup for these people that are touring and don't want a hell of a lot of packing up and unpacking. I said we pulled up yesterday, and within 2 minutes we had the back up, had the table out, the kitchen out, we were ready to go. And tomorrow when we leave here, same thing, we'll clear the top of this bench off, fold that over, pack the oven back away, pull the door down, and away we go. So yeah, it's just brilliant. The other thing too, the Oz tent on the side here, obviously this isn't a standard part of it. I'm sure you could probably option for one of those to be included if you're buying one. Otherwise, if you've got your own Oz tent, you could certainly use, or most tents anyway. All they've done, there's a sail track on the side here, which that tent section, I think they call it a caravan. It is written on the caravan connector. So that simply zips and velcros on, slides into your sail track. There is also a sail track up here on the back door, so if you wanted to, you could probably run a bigger awning or tarp, or even your Oz tent off the back. We didn't do that last night because obviously if it started raining or a lot of heavy dew last night, we actually pulled this back down and locked it, closed it up for the night so that everything in there wasn't getting damp. Obviously you wouldn't be able to do that with our tent on there, but that is an option as well if you wanted to do that. But yeah, we've got the Oz tent off the side. I slept in there last night, and as I said, Chloe and Mandy slept in the caravan, and we're going to do a switcheroo tonight. So that's about it, guys. That's pretty much the trailer in a nutshell. I said I'd definitely consider one of these as a future option if we were doing a lot of remote touring. I just like the idea that you can pull up at camp and within 2 minutes you've got your beds already made, your kitchen's there ready to go. This morning, jumped up, literally lifted that up, folded the oven over, and bacon and eggs, 10 minutes we were eating bacon and egg in a spot like this. Bloody awesome. So we'll film a little bit more anyway before we go, and obviously cruising out of here. And up on the roof you can see there, nice big solar panel. I think it's about a 120 or 160 watt maybe. Up on the roof feeding the battery at the moment in plenty of sun. And then that's your maxi fan. That's the outside part of it, which obviously that'll wind down and be out of the way when we're driving. So there's a little bit here, whether it's purpose built or not, but there's a little brace I guess on there. And as Chloe found last night, you can put your shoes up off the ground so no creepy crawlies will get in there. Nice big chunky Falcons mud terrains. So yeah, this thing will pretty much go anywhere your car will go.
And it's really cozy.
Yes, and the girls said they can report it was very cozy in there last night. Nice and comfy. About it. And then yeah, you got big full-size spare. Yeah, really impressed with it. As I said, the best thing, Aussie made. There's just so many trailers on the market now that are imported from overseas, and they fit a pair of lights on the back or change trailer plug and they say that it's made in Australia, which is a bit of a loophole. And with all the current financial things that have hit, if you can support Aussie made wherever possible, then brilliant. So yeah, really well done. All right guys, so that's the walk around, and we're going to chill here for a little bit longer, and as I said, we'll film a bit when we're going out anyway. We're going to wander down and have a look at the river, so I'll take the camera down and show you that too. It's a beautiful spot here in the Turon National Park. So across the back here this morning there was a heap of kangaroos feeding on all the wet grass over there, and just so peaceful and quiet, other than that plane that's coming over at perfect timing. But yeah, you can't even hear a sparrow fart out here. It's bloody unreal. Thanks guys, and chat to you later. Cheers. That's another thing guys, this little hose and water tank's handy for. I was just sharing a beer with Buck, my mate, and we left the tray of cake sitting there in the container, and went forward to move them out of the sun and knocked my beer over on my chair, and I thought, geez, my chair feels wet all of a sudden. Yeah, I didn't realise, but the whole beer had tipped out. All over my chair, which I took all morning to dry out. So as you can see there, nice big damp beer patch. So I'll just give it a hose off and let it dry out. Otherwise the chair's going to stink like beer forever. Actually a really good chair that. I took the other one back. Emily, our older daughter, bought me one for my birthday or Christmas back in December, and the seam on here started to open up for some reason. I normally don't flop down in chairs, but even though it's stitched, that looked like it was opening up, so I took it back to Super Cheap, and the guys there happily swapped it over for me, which was great. So I'll leave that in the sun and hopefully that dries by the Sabi. Got the fire brigade coming through. A little pump comes in handy. Hopefully that dries, as I said, and we'll be right to sit on it later tonight. Anyway, we go and sit back over there and might have to open another drink now that pretty much half the bottle went. So thanks to the stubby cooler, $2. Hope you're doing well up there in Queensland, mate. You wouldn't have liked it down here today with the 2 degrees overnight. Now, question, will I be buying one? I'd love to. Am I going to buy one? No, only because I don't have the money. I'd reckon I would grab one of those in a heartbeat. It's a really good compact camper. Tow's really good. It's got plenty of gear on it. You can modify, put your own little, tweaks on it, different things if you want to add bits to it. But yeah, I'm super impressed, honestly. 10 out of 10. And yeah, I think if you're genuinely a couple, especially if you're a couple or even a family of 4 with young kids, if you're hooked on the RV tent like we have, the Oz tent, and use that, you could literally tour anywhere in the country easily and set up super fast. If you're a couple on your own, 2 people, older couple that want to just a super simple setup, pull up, set up camp, 5 minutes you're done, everything's ready to go. So yeah, awesome bit of gear, mate. 10 out of 10, and I would happily buy one tomorrow. It's a fantastic little camper trailer. So anyway, we're going to go for a wander down the river now and check that out. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll film a little bit more before we go tomorrow. Cheers. Just kidding. This is awesome. Now, I am about 6'2", I think, 6'3"-ish, and as you can see, I've got probably 4 inches or 100 mil at the foot of the bed, and up this end, as you can see, basically my pillow is at the bottom of the start of this curve, so you certainly wouldn't say you're cramped for leg room. I could actually shuffle down that way another probably 100 mil, and this pillow wouldn't even be touching this curved wall. So
I'm 183 centimeters.
Well, there you go. Chloe's 183 centimeters, and she's got probably a good foot or more at the end there. And you've got plenty of width as well. Like my shoulders, what, 4 inches, 100 mil off the side of the door there. We've got room between us. And Chloe's not anywhere near that wall either, so.
And it's got little.
Yeah, the little curtain so you can black it out.
And it stops it from getting the condensation on you too.
It's actually not overly hot in here either. Like that fan's not on, the roof's popped up, but it's actually quite pleasant in here.
And without the TV here too, there's it's a cupboard.
Yes, we found that out earlier.
Oh.
You're a bit slow on the uptake there, woman. Yeah, this is pretty cool, this little thing. So if it's spinning that way, that's going to suck all the hot air out. There's plenty of room in here. It'd be awesome if you're travelling on your own. You've got plenty of room to spread out, but I might just turn that off because you may not hear me. Yeah, if you're travelling on your own, it's awesome. You've got plenty of room in here, so yeah, pretty cool. Anyway, we're going to go out and have some dip and biscuits. Anyway, we're going to go out and have some dip and biscuits for lunch, and chat to you later.
I'm glad you heard that.
What'd you say? Now, cameras don't always show up the actual brightness, but just showing you the little porch light here on the side of the trailer. I've just flicked it on. You can see right out to the toilet tent there, which is a good probably 10 metres almost away. And then around the back here, there's a little LED strip light up underneath the kitchen here, a little on-off switch there. So you've got good lighting in underneath the kitchen area. And then around the side here, I haven't turned it on yet, but I'll flick this porch light on too, and you'll see. So like here, I'll just come back here a bit. You can see there with that porch light on, you got full light under the awning, or in this case where the Oz tent is, so really good lighting. And then I'll go around to the inside of the trailer, and you can see inside here. I'll just flick that off because it's a bit bright in the eyes. So this is with the interior light on, up on the roof there, the little LED light bar, which can be adjusted towards the front or back of the trailer, but you can see inside here how well lit up it is. Got the two little bedside lamps on both sides. That's brilliant. You know, you could sit up in bed in the cold, wet weather and read in here. So yeah, just thought I'd show you that anyway, guys. That's with only one lamp on. So yeah, lighting's always key when you are camping, because you don't want to be stumbling around in the dark, or you know, in here with a head torch or something on, trying to find something you might have lost, you know, your phone or your keys down behind your pillow. So yeah, well done, really good lighting. Alright guys, so we're just wrapping up. We've finished up. It's Saturday morning, heading back home. Castlereagh Highway's just there. We've had an awesome 3 days and 2 nights with the new BRUMBY IS independent suspension, 2020 model. It was built in May, so it's a brand spanking newie. And yeah, I honestly, I can't rave enough about it. It's just brilliant. Super fast setup. Handled all the rough track coming back up there with the independent suspension, and towed behind the big beast of a cruiser. You wouldn't even know it was there. Electric brakes helped a treat going down the hill, and yeah, I'm really wrapped. Check out their website at teardropcampercompany.com.au, and I'll put some specs below and a link to it. But yeah, fantastic little trailer and all Aussie made. So big thanks to Frank for letting us have it for 3 days as a bit of a test review. We've got all our gear packed away now in the box, plenty of storage room, and yeah, we're going to head home and unpack. I'll give it a wash for him and take it back to his factory. Cheers guys, thanks a lot for watching. Don't forget, hit subscribe, hit the notification bell so you know when new content's up, and make sure you check out some of our other videos. Appreciate the support. So thanks guys, and remember, as always, stress less, camp more. Cheers.